Evening, everyone. Lovely. We ready for this? Yep. Okay, Ed, start off. Okay, so last year, I was one of the writers and executive producers of a 6-part comedy drama web series. That's me with my fellow execs. We did it all with no budget. Any money we put into it was our own. As you can imagine, it's a bit of a learning curve, so I thought I'd share some of that with you tonight. Now, my first tip for anyone, get your scripts right. Take your time, get your scripts right. Your script is your blueprint, it's your foundation, and if you haven't got a good foundation, the house isn't fit to stand. Take your time, get it right. Get your cast together for a read-through, especially if you've written it, because you can often be so close to a script that you may not find what's working and what isn't. Hearing it being read out, really, really helpful. You might also then find you have to tweak your script slightly because of the personal or cultural beliefs of your actors. They may not be comfortable with blasphemy, they may not be comfortable with swearing. As much as possible, so long as it doesn't directly impact on your script, be accommodating with that. Okay, we found it very handy to have a couple of pieces of the kit that were on there. So bounce board lighting, clapperboard. They're not essential and they don't have to be expensive, but they're good to have if you do it. Sound. Main other point. Make sure your sound is clear. That was Andy. That's our sound supervisor. He had his own kit. You may not have someone who's got that. Even if you're just using a directional mic, make sure it's a quality one. Scheduling your shoot can be a nightmare. Get everyone's availability at the start. Things will happen, things will change, but at least you'll know where you're starting with it. The other tip I'll give you on this one, we made 6 episodes. Okay, that pie chart, we did a third of the project in one weekend. We did 2 full episodes over one weekend. Don't do that, it's bloody exhausting. Really. If you can't, if you don't have to, don't do it. Right, filming outside. This is a bit of an interesting one. Okay, so long as you're a non-profit, you generally have the right to film outside, and that's anywhere that's public property, including roads, footpaths, rights of way. Make sure you don't trespass onto private property, and you should be all right. You may get challenged, you may get moved on. That happened to us as well, so just be aware of doing that. If you are filming outside and you don't have the budget to close off a street, you'll have to deal with filming in public. That was one of our first shoots. We ended up having permission to film outside the shop, but the rest of it's a public thoroughfare. Hate that word. Right. That's an unusual mix of stuff, but it's what we had to contend with on that filming day. So we had shovels, we had church bells, we had angle grinders, seagulls, and builders' radios blasting Let It Go. Yeah. So these things happen. The other tip I will give you when it comes to filming outside, check your location is available. So Roald Dahl Place, lovely, just outside. We wanted to film something here. When we tried to schedule it in, we found out that happens. Yeah, the food festival. And then it was the beach, and we couldn't use the whole of the Oval Basin was done until September. So we had to do a quick recce and find somewhere else to film the end of our episode. So we chose there, the War Memorial in Alexandra Gardens. Luckily, we didn't have to do too much of a rewrite, but check the availability of your location before you rock up with the cast and crew. Now, there's one other thing you'll have to deal with as well, and that's the weather. Can't do anything about it. We got rained off more than once. It's just one of those things. It might be a good idea to keep some interior scenes just in case, but sometimes you just got to write the day off and start again. Now, with interior locations, check that the interior location can comfortably accommodate your crew. I offered my flat. At one point, we had 9 people plus camera, sound, and lighting equipment in the kitchen, and that's 4 people, so it's a bit cozy. Right, at the end of the day, once you finish filming, back your material up. The rule of thumb is that footage doesn't exist unless it's backed up 3 times in 3 places. Do this, really. And the other thing you can do as well, edit as you go. Don't wait to the end, because that puts a lot of stress on your editor and your sound supervisor. If you can do it as you go, you know, that will save you a lot of time and stress. And finally, my last piece of advice, enjoy yourself. You're meant to be having fun. It will be hard work. There will be days you'll wonder what the hell you're doing, but it is fun, it is rewarding, and if it wasn't, well, I wouldn't be doing it all again this year. So grab a camera, grab your mates, and get stuck in. Thank you very much.